What's good, my fellow savages? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Self-Aware Savage, and here on my channel we peel back the layers of life so that way we can become the best versions of ourselves. Okay, so if that's something that you've been looking to get into, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But let's get right into it because we are tackling a big topic today: how to learn to love yourself. All right, so if right now when you go look in the mirror you feel ashamed of what you see, then this video is gonna be for you. So to begin to learn to love yourself, we need to first understand what exactly is self-love. So self-love means valuing and respecting yourself and loving yourself unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, okay? It is literally the key to living a happy and fulfilling life. Now that we understand what self-love is, we need to acknowledge the barriers that hinder us from being able to love ourselves, whether this is conscious or subconscious. And this usually includes past experiences, cultural differences, negative self-talk, and comparing your lives to other people. Now that we understand what self-love is and the barriers that could hinder you from being able to love yourself, I want to share with you all some steps you can take to cultivate self-love for yourself. So one of the first things that you can do is to start practicing self-acceptance, okay? What that means is accepting yourself as you are, flaws and all. Now, the reason I put the quotation on the flaws is because a lot of us feel like we have flaws because of this beauty standard set by society. And if you don't meet that standard, then you are less than. I personally don't live by society standards, which is one of the reasons I truly do love myself. But one of the first things I want you all to do with practicing self-acceptance is learning to talk to yourself, okay? Now, I know it might sound crazy, but every single day I look myself in the mirror and I just acknowledge how proud I am of myself, right? And how much I love myself, okay? And now, a lot of times right now, you might be like, yo, when I look in the mirror, what I see, I don't love, right? But you need to acknowledge that you are unique in your own way and to control the things that you can control. And I wanna give a great example. So right now, like I wanna get my bottom row of teeth fixed, okay? Now, they're not terrible or anything, but I just want them to be straight. So when I look in the mirror, it's like, hey, one day I'll take care of that in the future, but I'm so happy that I have teeth in my mouth to be able to actually eat food with. Do y'all see what I'm saying? So you can still have things about yourself that you want to improve upon, but that does not mean you don't have to love yourself for that time being of you doing it, right? And I just don't talk to myself about those things. Yesterday, I wanted some sweets and I ate me a whole box of cookies, right? And when I was done, I was like, hey body, I know I just put about 1,500 calories of cookies inside of you and I apologize for that. But now, work with me to get this digested. I'm gonna drink a lot of water. I'm gonna make sure I do an extra ab workout, and I'm thankful that you even allowed me to eat that to begin with. Do y'all see what I'm saying? It's like I am always talking to myself. I'm always connected with my body. And because of this, I even notice some things like I don't really get sick often or any of those things. Or if I do start feeling myself get sick, I'll start, having those conversations like, thank you, body. You know how much I appreciate you. Let's get those white blood cells rolling so that we can get this disease up out of us. Like I'm always talking to myself. You know what I mean? So that's one of the first things I want y'all to do is to make that your norm, talking to your body, so that way they both can be connected. And once you have that connection, you can start working on step 2, which is developing a positive mindset. So one of the first things I'm gonna tell you all to stop doing is talking cynical to yourself. There ain't nothing funny about being like, I am not enough, okay? Like people always say, oh no, I always joke on myself. I always say I'm not good enough. I mean, that's not funny. You shouldn't be doing that. When you're literally telling your brain that you're not good enough, it is producing that back into your life, into your mindset. And that is why a lot of times you could feel depressed or you could feel worse than you are, because this is just how you talk to yourself when your brain believes it's true, so your body will believe it's true. So one of the first things I want y'all to do, let's cut that out. Let's stop doing that. And also with that being said, you have to recognize that we get over 10,000 thoughts a day, okay? So not every thought that comes into your mind is true. It's only the thoughts that you linger on. Some great examples of this. It's all the time where I'm brushing my teeth and I'm like, I wonder if I swallowed this toothpaste, would I actually get sick? I'm not about to do it. You know what I mean? But something I actually linger on that crosses my mind is, how much content have you put out this week? How much can you get better? Have you brought any value to anyone else's life? Like, these are thoughts I'm actually lingering on and I'm keeping in my mind. So you always just gotta remember, all your thoughts are not your reality. It's just the ones that you actually linger on that become your reality. Step number 3 is gonna be setting healthy boundaries, okay? You have to learn to say no to things that no longer serve you. Without boundaries, you have no standards set for your life. And if you have no standards set for your own life, then you will bend to the will of other people. Now, with that being said, once you decide to set standards for your life, some people will dislike you because they can no longer run all over you. But the people who do love and appreciate you and respect you for having those will come into your life way more. So set them boundaries because they do matter. Step number 4 is gonna be to practice self-care, okay? Engage in hobbies, activities, relaxation that best benefits you. If you are always spending time with other people, then you are never giving yourself time to just love yourself, okay? So take yourself on that date. Go get that manicure and pedicure. You know what I mean? I was just the other day online looking at colon hydrotherapy, which is like a detox you can go through to clean your system even more, that I was just gonna treat myself to, right? Not that I thought I needed it, but it's just to take care of me. You feel me? To let my body know, hey, I am thinking about you, right? So prioritize self-care and take care of yourself. Step number 5 is gonna be to forgive yourself. You have to let go of those past mistakes, okay? You made those decisions at that point in time in your life based on the current experiences that you had, so you did the best you could do. You are allowed to grow and to change, okay? And it is gonna be uncomfortable in the beginning, and people aren't gonna be accepting of it when you first start changing, okay? I'll give y'all a great example. I remember when I first started taking on self-awareness and self-development and starting to love myself, I started, just talking about it a little bit more with people. And I got backlash from others who knew me from a person who I was years before that, being like, who are you now? Who are you all of a sudden so positive? You was always a negative person, you know what I mean? But guess what? I didn't allow that to impact me, and I kept pushing my life forward. And now guess what? People reach out to me for like deep conversations about life, and to be able to see around corners that they just can't because of all the work I've done on myself. So it is going to take time to grow into that new identity, but it definitely is possible. So make sure you forgive yourself and keep changing and keep growing into the person that you're looking to be. Step number 6 is gonna be to surround yourself with positive influences. Now, I look at this in 2 layers. You have a self layer, which is you reading books that help you identify some of those deep subconscious things that's been bothering you, so you can help weed through that, right? Listening to podcasts that are positive as well, because if you're always committing brain rot, scrolling through endless TikToks, it's gonna be really hard for you to change. But then the second part of this is surrounding yourself with people who uplift, respect, and support you, okay? If you're around anyone right now and you just got some new ideas and you're pitching them and they're always shutting them down, like, that's not your tribe. I actually wanna give y'all a great example of, I had a friend who I asked them what did they wanna do for their future, and they was like, oh, this idea is gonna be dumb, I don't even wanna tell you. And I was like, wait, just tell me. And they said, well, I'm looking to raise 100,000 because I wanna shoot my own short film. And I was like, oh my gosh, an amazing idea. And they were like, it's so crazy because I said these same things to my friends and all of them shot it down, but I say it to you and you're just so uplifting, and you asking me like, have I thought about this and have I thought about this? And so what you know right now, if you're around people who are never like me or how I operate, just know that we do exist. And it's sad to say this, but I had to do this myself. You gotta cut off those people that don't want to see your growth or don't want to watch you change into the person you're looking to become, okay? In conclusion, start implementing these steps today. But I also want you to remember that self-love is a journey, not a destination. You are always learning, you are always growing, and there are new experiences that you are going to run into throughout your life that you're gonna have to keep changing and adjusting, because you may find an identity today or even in 6 months or even in a year that allows you to be like, wow, I've changed, wow, I've become this positive person. But then on the second year, you run into a crazy experience that you never went through, and now you're challenged again. So you will always be challenged, you will always be tested, but always stay a learner. Never feel like you're the master of knowledge, and you will definitely learn how to love yourself more and more over time. All right, so if y'all enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment your thoughts below. Have you learned to love yourself? Are you on this journey to loving yourself? What made you start to want to learn to love yourself? I love this world. I love this realm. This is why I am the self-aware savage. And with all that being said, man, I will see everybody at the top.